Okay, welcome back to one of my student tutorials. And today I just had a lesson with a student of mine just beginning, and he's got his nice kit set up, an electric drum kit set up. And he was basically this close and ready to go. And his single stroke rolls were being played like this. It's a very common thing to get into a bad habit of sitting too close to the drums. So, you know, the drumsticks, obviously, when you hold them in the right positions, have quite a bit of reach on them. So it's not necessary to sit really close to the drums. Everything becomes really too close then, and in fact, when you even sit on the stool like this, ready to play the snare drum, my elbows are pushed right back and trying to just be able to play the middle of the drum. So you end up playing too far over in this direction, and then when you want to go around to the next drum, you can obviously come unstuck. So it limits your ability to get around the drum kit fluently and quickly if you wanted to. You know, so you don't want to be restricted on the kit, obviously. So let's sit back quite a bit to give yourself some room. All right. Now I've got quite a bit of space in between my belly and my snare drum. All right. And the snare drum's obviously set up a lot closer to tom number one. But with this reach, I can be relaxed. My tips of the stick are right over the middle of the snare, and my elbows are just hanging by my side. All right, that's perfect. And now I can easily move around the kit without overreaching, or I don't feel like I'm so close to it. Okay, so that's a super important little tip. And just before I go on this one, the other thing that's really important is sit on the edge of your stool, okay? You notice I've got quite a bit of space behind me here on my stool, because what happens is, if I'm sitting too far back on my stool, my center of gravity, my weight is shifted too far back. Whereas I want to be in an attacking position on the drum kit, and I want to feel like my balance is more into the drums rather than back, because at times we need to play our feet together with our heels up. So by doing that, you're going to, have to counter your balance a little bit. So when I'm forward and I play both feet together, I can stay a bit more structured, right? So sitting on the edge of the chair is really important. It also allows your hips to pivot nicely and not be restricted, because your legs just hanging nicely over the edge of the stool. And what else? Sitting up straight with your lower back in a real natural, non-slouch position is really important, because that sits you up nicely. So if I slouched, it brings my hands down, and that's not in a great position. I now feel like I'm back on the stool again. And it's going to create an injury over a period of time. And we sit on a drum kit for a long period of time when we're doing gigs and practice, if we enjoy it. So you want to make sure you don't develop any, unnecessary injuries that obviously can be prevented, like just sitting up straight. And the other little tip that I say to my students is, think about, how you sit on the drum kit, on the drum stool for playing the drum kit, just like you would, walking down the street. You obviously wouldn't hunch your back and walk around like that. That's for obvious reasons. It's going to hurt after a while, and it doesn't allow you to be that, functional with what you want to do with your body movements and playing sport or even walking or whatever. So keep your back straight. That's really important. And, just get in a position where things feel most natural. If you feel restricted anyway or you're hurting in some way, reassess your position on the drum kit. Happy drumming. See you next time.